Hey there everyone, Dr. Mike here from Anderson Family Chiropractic. Hope you're having a great day. So today's topic of the class is your child red line? So before we get into that, if you have any questions while you're watching this class, make sure you post them in the comments below or private message me if you feel more comfortable that way. And if you're watching it after the class, after it's live, same thing. Either questions in the comments or private message me, and I'll do my best to get back to you just as soon as possible with that, okay? So I want you to think about the topic of, is your child red line? Think about red line in a car. So what does that mean? It means that you've just got the gas floored and it's super maxed out, right? The RPMs are maxed out and it's about to, the engine's running a lot harder than it should, right? So why would I ask that about your child? And I've used this metaphor or analogy before, but it's always great to revisit this because there's so many parents out there who have children that are like this. So we're going to talk about the nerve system today, okay? That's why I'm standing in front of the poster. So you can see there's these green nerves, and then you got the yellow ones. So the green here are at the top, and then you got some way down here at the bottom, okay? So these are called the parasympathetics, and then the sympathetics. This is for all you analytical people out there. If you don't really care, then it doesn't matter. Here's what you need to know. The green are the calming effect on your body, yellow are the excitatory. So think about it like this. The yellow would be like the gas in your car, green would be the brake, okay? So the green is going to slow things down, slow your heart rate down, slow breathing down, decrease stress on your body. But it's also going to help increase immune function and increase digestion. Now, what the yellow do? It's going to increase heart rate, increase breathing. It's going to increase the stress chemicals and hormones being released. Going to decrease digestion, decrease immune function. Now, so think about, again, when you have the car floored, that gas floored, it's redlined, right? It's running super high and it's maxed out. Here's what happens. And a lot of kids who have some sort of issues like ADHD, autism, even chronic illnesses, things like that, what is happening is these green nerves that slow things down are being interfered with. So now it's like this, your car is working without any brakes, or very poor brakes. It'd be like a car, super fast car with given only bicycle brakes. It's not going to slow it down very well, right? So that's what happens. This gets interfered with, or down here can be interfered with, okay? Either spot. And so when that happens, now these yellow nerves that are the gas in this analogy are working without anything really slowing them down. So then you have the kids that are, like I said, ADHD, autism, chronic illnesses, all those things, because they're not being able to slow themselves down. They don't sleep very well, right? They have all kinds of, they have digestive issues, all these different types of things. It's because their body's not functioning properly. They're in a stressed out state. They're maxed out, they're redlined because they have interference with these nerves. Okay, and where does that interference come from? Right up here in the upper neck, down here in the area called the sacrum. Okay, and so when that how does that happen? You have misalignments in those areas known as subluxations. That subluxation creates an interference with the nerve's ability to function. So you have information coming from your brain down the spinal cord, then out through the nerves. Okay, now if you have subluxations here, it prevents that from happening properly. Okay. So then now the braking system's not working. And so how does this happen in kids? A lot of times this right here, like in a video I believe it was last week I talked about, the birth process, this gets a lot of stress put on during the birth process. So if that's not cleared up right away, now you've got these kids coming out right from being born having interference with these nerves, all these nerves, not just this one nerve, but this whole group of nerves, the parasympathetics up here in the upper neck. Same thing can happen down here in the sacrum area, okay? And so that's why it's so important for kids to start to get checked right away at birth so that this is functioning properly. Because here's what happens. When kids start getting this adjusted, I've seen it here with multiple kids in the office. they start calming down. Some kids, some babies will actually fall to sleep right away because that interference has been removed. Now their body's able to calm itself down and actually get itself into a restful state, so it's able to, the child is actually able to go to sleep better. And I've had multiple parents tell me that after they get adjusted, even with older kids, that they get adjusted, they go home, they've had the best night of sleep they've had in years, all because of this being corrected. So now when this is corrected, now the brakes are working properly. Now the body's able to slow itself down and get it out of this stressed out state where the gas is floored. The gas is no longer floored anymore. And so everything is slowed down. The body's able to get into what is called the rest and digest phase. So now, the digestion is better, immune function is better, focus is better. All these great things happen just because of this. And I keep pointing up here, but it can happen anywhere, right? Here, down here, because that is interfering with that child's body to be able to slow itself down. So the rest and digest phase is not being able to function. It's in what's known as the fight or flight phase, right? And so when you think about the fight or flight, it's your body's in a stressed out state, and that's good for a short period of time, especially when you're in a stressful situation, like you're out in the woods running from a bear is what I use a lot, right? You don't care if your body is digesting food well or if you're able to go to sleep at that time. You're wanting to get away from that bear. So what do? You need your heart function at high rate. You need your breathing to be and increase, all those types of things, right? But then after you get out of that situation, you want it to come down. Well, for these kids, they can't come down because it's their ability to bring themselves back down is interfered with by these subluxations here. Okay? So hopefully this is making sense, because this is super important. If you have kids or know of any kids who have any type of chronic issues or learning challenges, like I said, ADHD, autism. Now, this isn't saying that this is going to cure any of these things, because that's not what chiropractic does. Chiropractic removes the interference and allows the body to function the way it's supposed to. So, it's not here to cure autism, but what it can do is help the body function better. So that, because I've seen it again in kids here in the office that are have challenges, they start getting adjusted, and a lot of those challenges significantly improve. Okay, so if you have any questions about this, if you need any information, make sure you post that in the comments below, private message me. I'm here to help you. If you have kids with challenges like this, let's start talking about this, start a conversation so that you can find out even more about how chiropractic might be able to help your child. Okay, if you got some value out of this, which I hope you did, and you know other people could as well, make sure you click that share button so that they can see this as well, because it's super important. And this is great information for any parent that has children with any type of challenges. Okay, so share this on your page so that they can see it as well. If nothing else, have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk to you soon.